Hello everybody, and welcome back to a map that we have played before a long time ago. This was in fact the second map I ever played on the channel, and given that we don't have an awful lot of time left on Farming Simulator 17 before FS19 comes out, I figured we'd come back to it, and this time we'll do it properly. It's been a long year since I started the channel, and I feel like I've gotten significantly better at these videos as well as just the game in general. So we're driving our lovely little Ford Transit box van that I figured would have a van instead of a car this time. No real reason for it other than I've only just gotten this mod, so I kind of wanted to give it a shot. And I've spent quite a bit of time sorting out the farm, buying the machines that I wanted to start with and things like that. I feel we have a good range of machinery, some really good machines, some that will need replaced, but here is the old sight for sore eyes. Oh, I've missed this place so much. This has got to be one of my favourite maps of all time, to be honest. When I first played it I wasn't too keen on it. There was other maps out there that I was really enjoying at the time, but this is just one of those maps. It's just amazing, this map. I do like it a lot. So what we'll do is we'll park our van over here. I don't think it's actually going to fit in the shed. I made sure to get the right hand, no, it's never going to fit in the shed. Made sure to get the right hand drive variant of it. It doesn't have a toolbar though. Oh yeah, that's our moving van. Let's go ahead, we'll turn our HUD on. You may notice we have 102,000 pounds it should be. I knew there was something I forgot. Let's make sure everything else is... We don't want them to buy anything at all. We want period of ploughing on and 3 stages on that, fast dirt and default fuel usage. There we go, everything's sorted now. We've got £102,000. Now let's just do a quick machinery tour. We do have work to do today. I forgot to set up the seasons mod as well. So let's do that. We want it on Celsius, and we want 6-day seasons. Yeah, fine with that. So there we go. So it's quite cold today. 6 degrees on the air temperature, 4 degrees ground temperature. But here's what we have. We've got a medium-sized windrower, a medium-sized foraging wagon, and this great big huge. This is a solid fertilizer, a John Deere branded solid fertilizer. Now I don't know if we're going to keep it because it's got some issues like that. There's no collision on the tires and those cables just kind of stay like that. Not ideal, but I wanted to give it a shot, see what it's like. So we head, in fact before we head down that way, let's cover this side. This is our plough. This is a Farm Master or something like that, or Fradis, I can't remember, something. It's new. It's a new mod I got. This is our cultivator. I've been using this on my live stream series for rebuilding Goldcrest Farm, and this thing is absolutely amazing. I love that cultivator. This is a new one as well. It's the MB Track, one of my all-time favourite tractors. Absolutely love that tractor. Going over here, we've got a Marshall bale trailer. Nothing overly special about that. It's just a bale trailer. In here we have a small-ish liquid fertilizer. Then we've got, I can't remember, this is the tedder, I think. Pretty sure that's the tedder. We've got a water trailer here with a swinging ladder on it. Never noticed that before. I wonder if that water indicator actually works. And then of course we've gone and gotten ourselves a Case Puma. I love these tractors, absolutely love them. Loads of power in it. I've gone for some different machines this time round. Not the normal machines I would get. And I've not gotten all the machines either. There are still things for us to buy. We've got some butterfly mowers here. These are Pottingers. This is our weeder. I think this is the 12 meter weeder. We've got the McHale 998 square bale wrapper, which of course does, let's get these doors shut, does give the obvious point that we do have a square baler. This is our seeder. It's a nice trailer seeder. I like this seeder, to be honest. I'm also using that on my live stream series. This is our Massey Ferguson big baler. Love this thing. We've got a Fendt 939 Vario Black Beauty. Again, I've never used this in FS19, and I've used it quite a bit on a setup. I used it to shuffle all the machines about and things, and it's awesome. Loads of power, 400 and odd horsepower. We've got the auto stacker there, that stacks bales into, I think, 3. In this shed here, we've got a big Dutz for our header on an even bigger header trailer. And then of course we have the matching Dutz for our combine, the 6095 HTS with a corn header as well. It's folded up in the corner there. So that's the machines we have. Now, we're going to do this semi-realistically. Let's go and get in the Fendt, because we also have quite a few fields. We have, starting from the top, we have field 34, field 42, field 5, 8, 9, 10, 15, 12 and 13. Now we are going to be getting sheep fairly early on, but we do need to have grass first. Let me just check there. We do have field 13. We need to have the grass growing first. We are using the seasons mod, so there is no grass just now, so it'll be the end of spring before we get any sheep. But what we're going to do is we're going to go around here, because I also have a couple of front weights. Not saying we necessarily need a front weight, but we're going to get one anyway. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Let's go and find the plough. It is in this shed here. That was terrible lining up there, actually. I've never used this plough before, but we'll give it a shot. I know it works. I know that much. I've seen other people use it. Let's open up the gate. We'll get this on a hired worker in a field. And we'll do a bit of it ourselves, but we'll get a hired worker on the go for it. Could be doing with some lights on. Probably have the beacons on too. So I'm not sure whether we should do field 12 or field 13 first. We'll have a look, see what's in field 12, I guess. Field 13 is this one here. Field 12 is, by the looks of it, cultivated maybe? Can't quite tell. We'll start with field 12. It's a easier field, I'd say. I can remember where the gate is. But a nice easy start. But the goal of this series is simply to make money and have loads of animals. I want a full-blown herd of animals, which is gonna come with its challenges, of course. I've gone for machines that are around the 6 meter mark, because I don't want to go overly excessive with it. What is it doing? Fair enough. Bring that over behind us a bit more. In fact, we'll just straight up have it following directly behind us, because we are going to have this on a hired worker, and it does say if you're going to have it on an AI, put it to the smallest angle possible. Otherwise they get all confused and strange things happen. Now, we've got more than enough power to pull this plough. Which is good with this fan. Now, we will try our hardest to use vehicle AI extension. If we can't do that, we'll give Courseplay a shot. It just got very cloudy very quick. At least it's not raining anymore. It's been raining the entire time I was doing setup, which is not ideal. We're halfway through the day. We will also be getting pigs. The amount of pigs we get, I'm not overly worried about. We really just need them for producing slurry. That's really all I'm after. But we will be doing a large amount of silage and all sorts. Which I'm actually looking forward to, because last time I did silage on this map I decided that I would move everything with the telehandler. And this time, not going to bother with any of that rubbish. I'm going to get a huge trailer and conveyor belts and move it that way. Just because that's a much easier way of doing things for a start. But we're a long way off before we do that. I'll just go around the headlands first. It gives the AI worker something to follow, really. What we'll do is I will jump cut, because, well, it's foggy. So I'll jump cut, hopefully it's not foggy when we get back round to the gate, and I will see you all in just a second. Okay, I decided to do 2 headlands because hired workers and all that. What we're going to do, oh, you can see, this in the first couple of seconds of trying to do a hired worker, they messed up. What we're going to do is we're going to quickly run back down to the farm. I should explain, on our way back down to the farm, this gives me the perfect opportunity to explain. I wouldn't normally return to a map, but given that FS19 is not particularly far away, and the last time I played this map, I really messed it up at the end. We ended up not getting any crop at the end. We were successful with the silage, but that was the only thing we were successful with. Didn't get any sheep or anything. I can't remember if we actually got sheep, but we didn't sell any wool or anything like that. So I want to do it better this time. This map deserves a proper playthrough. And it's also worth pointing out, when I say it's going to be a bit more realistic, what I mean by that is no money cheats or super quick walking or anything like that. But for the use of the AI workers, we will be doing things like doing the headlands first and such likes. Let's go and jump into the case. I turn those wipers off. I don't know what any of these things do. I just want the wipers off. Just having those off would be nice. I mean, it clearly still thinks it's raining. That's gonna annoy me. Let's I don't want to open the fender. Steering column. What does that do? Open button. Is it up here maybe? There we go. Well. Oh, we'll have that black. Don't know what that is. Oh, that's much nicer. Don't need that one. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Interactive controls are awesome. There's loads of them in this. Oh, these. Let's turn the fans on. What else have we got in here? Extend both beacon lights up. What does that do? No idea. We'll leave that one be. Oh, that's cool. We can adjust the headrest and everything. Oh, this has got to be my new favourite tractor. Right, enough playing with it now. Where am I going? Let's get rid of that. That's a tedder. Where did I put the weeder? Weeder is in here. Just because we can, let's... We can even do it from the outside by the looks of it. Ah, awesome. Distracted by shiny toys. That even makes a nice sound. Let's connect it to our weeder. Because we have some grass fields to maintain. We will go out the long way. We could cut through. But the other thing I did wrong with this map before is I never showed it off very well. This is an awesome map and I did not do it justice. So we're going to go the long way so we can see a bit more of the map. Oh, I love this tractor. Oh, that's a hedge. Don't want to crash this tractor. I was going to use the MB track as well. Don't know why I've never used this mod before. I've had this mod for absolutely ages. How is our hired worker doing in there? Is our hired worker still in there? We'll assume that they are. At these gates, you have to hold the button down. I will assume the hired worker's still in there. Let's put the beacons on. So we are now off of our own private road. I see a tractor, I think. No, that's a shed. I do see a tractor, it's up here. So you come to a complete stop in a hedge by the looks of it. Yep, that's a hedge. Let's what did he do? Well, let's just turn Fancy Pants AI off. back down to the bottom of the field. We'll get a hired worker going from the bottom, see what they can achieve. We will tidy it up, well, I'll tidy it up off camera afterwards. Just need this field and hopefully another field done in this episode. That would be absolutely ideal. What I'll do is I'll start it off, hire a worker. Keep an eye on them for a second. We'll ride along back up to the top. This is a bad angle to start at, actually. Right, they're going to lift the plough in a second, I expect. Or maybe not. That's them lifted the plough. So the next row should be more to the top. Be nice to use proper AI worker, but we can't have everything. And not having a worker sitting in a hedge is much more ideal than otherwise. So hopefully this will follow it right to the very top. I'm hoping anyway. I lined that up right on the very edge of what is capable with this plough. But to be fair, a good chunk of this field is already ploughed. It's just this bit in the middle that's left. Should go to the top and hopefully they turn right at the top. We've left our tractor just lying in the middle of the road. We'll just keep an eye on this for now. I'll probably cut this bit out in post-production, but just in case I don't, enjoy the view. That's one thing I always said about this map. This map is absolutely stunning, and now that I've got my new graphics card, it's even more beautiful. It is a thing of beauty. If I was the creator of this map, I would be very, very chuffed with myself. There is, of course, the typical edge of the world, but that comes with all maps, to be fair. The level of detail does drop off at the edge, but those are just side effects. Turn right. Turn right. Cool. Right, you can get on with that. I'm going to go and get on with my stuff. Ah, my tractor turned off. Right, we can turn our hazards off now. What is going on there? Wait a second. That is not what I asked you to do. They turned the right way as well. Teaches me for being impatient. That means I get this bit done, I suppose. The more I do now, the less I do later. Right, now they should be fine. There's no way that they could mess that up. And our tractor's still running as well. That tractor's a thing of beauty. Right, let's go. Let's finally get on with what we're here to do. We've wasted about an hour. Helper K is blocked by an object. It's becoming a joke. Helper K is fine. It lied to us. So here is the garden centre. Hilltop stores agricultural supplies. So that's one of our fields. It's going to have grass in it again. We had grass in it before. And this is also one of our fields. I don't know which way the gate opens, so I should back up a little bit. Opens in the way. It's a very hilly field we've got to do here. Start with the challenge and stuff. I will do a bit of this sort of live, if you will, and then I'll time lapse the rest. So I'll go around it once live so you can get an idea of how big this field is. There's the local town. Now this time around we're not going to be collecting the gold nuggets. Don't need to. We're going to be earning more than enough money with our crops closer to the end of the year, and the cows will be keeping us afloat as well. So you can see the texture change between what is actual field and what is just neighbouring grass, if you will. This is quite a hill. But as for moors, we only have butterfly moors, and we will be tedding the grass for hay bales. And we will also be doing silage bales as well, but we do also need grass bales, or actually we'll probably skip grass bales. Probably won't do grass bales as such. We'll just do we'll just collect with the forager mag. So we'll probably do that for the second cut. The first cut we are going to we're going to bale it for silage bales to earn some money. I'm not sure if we could even put this on a worker, but we'll do it ourselves. Because, well, otherwise we wouldn't have anything to do. Which is actually not true, we've got loads to do. We could be spraying another field before ploughing it or something like that, but this is something I've not spent too much time doing. I don't spend an awful lot of time weeding. I wanted to give it a shot. Here we are, weeding. Well, this is how big this field is. It's not huge. We also own that field there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to time lapse weeding of both of those fields. I will get round to field 15, which is a large grass field. I will weed that maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. But I plan on these episodes being uploaded daily. That's the plan, but don't hold me to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this onto a time lapse, and I will see you when we're all done. And we're done. Doesn't look like much of that field got ploughed while we were doing that, but we are completely finished now, so we will head back out of here. And we've got both of these fields done. Let's go back in cab. We're going to leave the gates open. It's only grass paddocks anyway, so we don't need to close the gates. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to turn around. I'll go down this way. Field 7 there is one that I'm wanting to buy at some point. I'd like to buy a good chunk of the fields, but can't really afford any just now. We still have seed and things to buy. But this is the town. Goes down to a nice single track road here. It's just another way back to the farm, showing off the map a little bit more. Probably do well not to have it in cab for this, but went through the nice little village here. I think there's a way into the farm. Is it that one? It is. Sure it's that one, yeah. So we've got a couple of gates to go through here. And I'll just open this gate as well. Go along the bumpy track, the infamous bumpy track. I love this track. It's actually the same dirt tracks that I've used in my live stream series around the sheep paddock. If you're not familiar, that's a live stream series that I'm doing at the time of recording this. That we take Goldcrest Valley and we've ripped it apart and we're rebuilding it. There should be on the, well, no, not should be, there is on the channel a archive playlist where you can go and watch that if you choose to. We've left all our sheds open. So we still have a bit of time. That is not ideal. Yeah, there's that. There we go. We got there in the end. So let's leave this here. And we're going to pick up... You know, let's use the John Deere. Let's find out if it works. Let's use the John Deere sprayer. Doesn't need to be filled, which is going to be expensive because it can hold a ridiculously large amount. I believe it gets filled up over here. There we go. This is going to take some amount of filling. It's jiggling. Might not keep this, but I thought we'd have a look at it anyway. We don't need to fill it completely, maybe 50% or so. I love how it's so hilly. Can't even see field 12 from here. This is costing us an absolute fortune. Oh, stop it soon. Another couple of grand into it, I think. We'll just replace this for a like for like, if you will. And that would do us, I think. Is that 50%? It is. It's a massive amount. And it's quite heavy as well. So we're going a bit further afield this time. I'd like to go all the way over to field 34. Jiggles. I'd like to go all the way over to field 34 and do it. So we're going left here and then all the way up to the sheep field. Not the sheep field, the pig farm. So let's get there as quick as we can. Get to see a good bit of the map, which is exactly what I wanted to do on this very first episode. Field 34 is a field that I didn't even notice that we owned before. Field 15 is this field on the left here. It's a huge grass paddock. That's going to be our main source of silage. We'll wait for him. Takes us a little bit to get going with this much weight on the back. So hopefully you're enjoying this episode so far. If you are, consider hitting that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And for those of you who don't know, I have a Discord server, the link to which will be in the description of this video below. Feel free to head over there. You can have a one-on-one chat with me or just say hello in the group chat. It's entirely up to you. I spend quite a bit of time on that, so it's always a good place to find me. I check it multiple times a day, so if you do message me, it won't take me long to message you back, unless of course I'm live streaming or recording at the time. You're holding us up now. Tempted to overtake, but we're turning in a second. It's not even going to speed limit. He's going to half the speed limit. So we are turning up here. Unsuitable for long vehicles. Oak Glen Farm. That is the name of the pig farm, which is that farm there on the left. At least now we won't be held up by any cars. This is a private road, I think. Hopefully anyway, single track. This should be the road that leads to our field. It is, just after field 37 and 38. Another two fields that we will buy in the future. I'm going to buy up a couple of the smaller fields relatively early on. Probably in spring, in fact, if I can. These two fields here. To the left and right of us just now. So this is our field. It's pretty sizable. We're getting a good spread on that. And with it being before ploughing as well, that's one of the 3 fertilising stages, which is exactly what we want. Once we're going up quite a hill, we are. It's going to be fun for the plough. What I'll do is I'll put this on another relatively short time lapse, to be honest. If we have enough fertiliser, I may go into another field in the same time lapse. But I'll get on with this, and I will see you all again once it's done. quite a while to do it. We're down to 28% with fertiliser. So we've used about half of what I put in it, but we did 2 pretty large fields. So I'm relatively pleased with that. We have enough that we could do another field, which we will do. We'll empty the fertiliser out of this one before we buy another one. Well, really all we need to do now is head back to the farm, which is, it's not exactly around the corner. But this episode is going to be longer than the future episodes. Future episodes are going to be significantly shorter than this one. I just felt that this map, you know, it deserved a bit more love and attention than I'd previously given it, as I've mentioned. So the first episode here is longer, but we have achieved quite a lot, which I'm quite happy with. But going forward from this, the episodes will be around half an hour long, roughly. And like I said, they should be daily. I will be pre-recording a couple of them at a time, just to get ahead a little bit, just in case something happens. It means I can't record one day. I still have footage for that day. So it's warmed up a bit, up to 12 Celsius. The ground is 4 Celsius and the ground has dried at some point as well. Not really been watching that. This is a farm we need to spend a bit of time at as well. Let's make sure we don't pull out in front of anyone here. That little field there, field 22, we will buy that at some point. We will remove the grass from it as well. I'll have that as a different type of field. Not sure what. Maybe our excessively small potato field. But we do need to buy all the equipment for doing root crops and things like that. We don't even have the seeder for that. The seeder we've got is just a standard crop seeder. But if we go down this road on the right hand side that's coming up, it will take us back along the bumpy track into the farm. In fact, you know what, let's just go that way. This is the other side of the road, leads down to the bumpy track. Has this lovely sharp bend in it, followed by another slightly less sharp bend. We will be turning off just past these buildings here. This is our road right here. Go along this way, and we're back on the bumpy track, back to the farm. We'll fly along this bumpy track. The case can handle it. We're not going to detach the fertilizer sprayer from the fertilizer spreader from the back of this tractor. We are going to keep it on because there is more work for us to do with it tomorrow. So as well as that, we are just going to park it over here. Turn everything off. And I'm going to call it right there, guys. So hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button too. And yeah, like I said, these episodes should be coming out daily, hopefully. And you can also check out my Discord. The link for that will be in the description, along with a few other links that are there for your viewing pleasure. So thank you all very kindly for coming along, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.